live with all your news in one place. This is ABC 24 News. And reporting tonight is Eunes Harun. ABC 24 News starts now. Welcome back, everyone, to ABC 24 News. I'm Eunes Harun. Now we're going to get another check on your weather with Colleen Joyce.
Thank you, Marcus. As I mentioned before while I was standing outside with the massive amounts of rain falling behind me that I'm sure you all saw at home, we will be having clear skies starting on Tuesday through Saturday, mostly sunny skies, with highs in the upper 70s. Now looking at the current temperatures, if you look at New York City over here, you have 74 degrees with pretty good conditions, and it's 63 up in Portland, Maine, and Bangor is about 64 degrees. Pittsburgh is about 75. As the day goes on, it will get cooler as the sun goes down. Looking at the Hampton studio, it's about 72.6 degrees here. It will be dropping, hopefully getting a little cooler. If you look at the radar right here, right now, there is no rain at all through Connecticut except in New London, which it is pushing away from and moving down towards the southeast. If you also look at the other 24 radar that we have, the whole New England looks pretty clear except for the little bit of rain right through here that's pushing off to the south. We're just looking at a low that is in Pittsburgh, moving from Pennsylvania, that is moving towards New York into Connecticut. Hopefully it will miss us by hopefully a little bit. Looking at the lightning strikes, as you can see, there's no lightning at all into Connecticut. Hopefully we will be having no forms of thunder that will cause any forms of lightning at all, except right here you have a little bit of lightning from the storms over in Pittsburgh that are moving towards Connecticut at the time. Here's your 5-day forecast. If you look Tuesday through Saturday, looks pretty good. Current conditions are probably going to be Thursday through Saturday. It's pretty sunny. Tuesday and Wednesday are pretty cloudy. Except Tuesday we might have a couple rumbles of thunder, but highs on Wednesday will be 80, and through the rest of the week they will be in the 70s. The big story, if you look here, Ernesto is now in the Caribbean. It is moving through and it is making its way to Florida. Right now Florida has current conditions of sunshine, but not for long because it will be turning into Ernesto. It is no longer a hurricane, it is now a tropical storm. I know I had mentioned before, but they just let me know from the weather service that it is now a tropical storm. As it moves along, you see here, from the Caribbean, up to the northeast, on the coastline, you see it'll be reaching Florida by Wednesday early morning and moving up towards Connecticut, but it will be dying out by the time it gets here because it will have no way to pick up any more moisture to have fall on Connecticut. So it will be here by Saturday, and those are your current conditions and your weather for the rest of the week. Tune in later to ABC 24 News for your latest updates on the Hurricane Ernesto.
We're getting some breaking news about a commuter jet that crashed during takeoff early Sunday and burst into flames. That killed 49 people and left one lone survivor in critical condition. Investigators were trying to determine if the plane was on the wrong runway and ran out of pavement. Commodore Flight 5191 crashed at 6:07 a.m. in a field less than a mile from the runway, said the spokesperson for Federal Aviation Administration. It was the country's worst domestic airplane accident in nearly 6 years. The cause of the crash wasn't immediately clear, but the location of the wreckage raised questions about the runways at the airport. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, it would have been too short for the CRJ-200 jet. The plane was in flames, but largely intact when the rescuers reached it, and authorities said that they got one crew member out alive, but the fire was devastating. Last week, there was a problem at Bradley International Airport where they found a knife on board the plane. On board U.S. Airways Flight 554 heading from Hartford to Philadelphia. It was found by a passenger on an empty seat who immediately told the flight attendant. As air traffic returned to normal, investigators took the utility knife to a lab to have it dusted for fingerprints. State police boarded the plane and examined the area around where the knife was found. There were 50 passengers and 5 crew members aboard. Several people were interviewed by state troopers. The utility knife was sent to the State Forensic Laboratory for testing. Brad McRoberts is here now with your sports. There's supposed to be a lot of sports headlines today, right?
Yes, there are, Marcus. Thank you. Today's sports report is full of many amazing plays and some ridiculous play by Tiger Woods. Let's start out with some MLB action. In the AL, the Tigers lost yet again, this time suffering a 4-2 defeat at the hands of the Indians. The Tigers have lost 3 in a row and 7 of their last 10. The inexperience of the Tigers' pitching staff and roster is finally showing as they made 2 costly mistakes on the field. Tigers manager Jim Leland, who has been the key for the amazing Tigers turnaround, has this to say to his players: if we want to play in the playoffs, we all got to step up and stop acting like expletive. The Tigers' recent troubles have been caused by what many say is a slow production of offense. During their skid, the Tigers have only scored about 2 runs per game, and even though the pitching has been good, along about 3.2 runs per game, their offense hasn't been able to step up. If the Tigers don't turn around quickly, they could be on track for one of the biggest collapses in the 113-year history of Major League Baseball. Wesley Iskra is in the Hamden newsroom with a special report for us. Wesley?